Pretty girl problems, what are they? There's a bunch of creators on this app that talk about the benefits and the cons of being a pretty girl. I know this sounds out of pocket that I'm even talking about this, but I would say that any girl can be a pretty girl. And that sounds cliche, but hear me out. Being a pretty girl means that you are confident. Finding confidence is hard because it really comes from our core, it comes from our wounding. Somewhere somebody told us in our past that we were not worthy. And so we take that well into our middle age thinking we're not worthy. We put up with dusties, we put up with friends and family that mistreat us because we have this core belief system. And I totally think that being a pretty girl comes down to doing that shadow work. Identifying the stories that you tell yourself about how you're not worthy and you're not good enough, asking yourself if they're true, and if they're not, coming up with new stories. And then start telling yourself those stories. When you look in the mirror, speak kindly to yourself. Focus on the things you love about yourself and tell your subconscious, look how pretty your eyes are. Look how pretty your smile is. But just even beyond that, beyond personal affirmations, being a pretty girl means that you walk into a room with confidence. You have to have a certain amount of delusion when it comes to walking into a room with confidence. Walk into your room and tell yourself things that you can actually believe at this point, and then you'll work your way up to thoughts like, I'm magnetic, I attract everything I want, my energy is irresistible. If you can't believe those things about yourself right now, walk into a room and tell yourself things that you can believe, like, I am really funny, I have a lot of friends, I sound intelligent when I speak, I have great hair. Whatever you need to do when you walk into a room, be thinking good things about yourself, be hyping yourself, being delusional. Also, this is going to sound very privileged, but dress well. You can buy the cutest clothes on Amazon for nothing. Buy yourself a few nice things and dress up. Do the most with what you have. Brush your eyebrows up in the morning. Put lip gloss on before you go into the store. Focus on trends and try to dress on trend. I've gotten so much hate in workplaces because I dress well. People do not know how to handle it, especially other women. When you dress well, you just put on an air of confidence. It's a small way to garner and develop confidence. And last but not least, a pretty girl is nice. A pretty girl is kind no matter what. Again, in workplaces and other areas that I've come into, people are not going to know how to deal with you when you walk into a room with confidence. And this has nothing to do with your looks. Obviously, it can give you some sort of attention when you look good, but think about pretty people that you know that are super insecure or that walk into rooms and just their energy's off and they don't seem confident. It's not always directly related to looks. It's related to embodying the energy that I touched on earlier. But oftentimes I've walked into places where people want to make me feel less than, they want to tear me down because I walk into a room with that type of energy. I've been in social settings where people will take digs at me in front of other people simply to knock me off my pedestal. It happens all the time when you're a pretty person. It's something that you just have to get used to. But I do not allow it to affect my integrity. I am kind to everyone. Even the person that feels the need to knock me off my pedestal, I act indifferent to them. I don't give them my energy. I'm not overtly sweet to them because they're a toxic person and I have boundaries and self-respect. But I will never stoop to that level. I will never try to tear them down and make them look stupid in front of other people. I don't have to do that. They have so much insecurity and negativity within themselves. And honestly, being indifferent and ignoring them is the worst thing you can do to them because they want to matter and they want attention, even if it's negative attention. So just be indifferent. Being a pretty girl is so much about your energy and doing the best with what you have, pouring into yourself and putting your best face forward, your best foot forward with what you have. Appreciating the things about yourself that are positive and beautiful. And I promise you, you have so many of them. It's focusing on those things and allowing the knowledge of those parts of yourself and the love that you've developed for those parts of yourself to drive your energy forward in all situations that you're in. That is being a pretty girl.